I am going to try to make this short, but there's no way. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to talk for probably 45 minutes. This is going to be ridiculous. It is. So my apologies for that. Should I fix this? I'm a little nervous, actually, which is kind of weird. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the cancellation the other day. So here's what we're going to do. As always, I can't respond to the comments as they happen. I'm sorry about that. I'll respond to them later. This is going to be a very, very long-winded one. So if you have something to do, just, I don't know, watch it later if you're even interested. Because I'm really going to ramble because there's a very few bands. You know, music is important to me. There's very few bands that have meant as much to me as one of these bands. So I'm going to go on and on and on. So, but you're like, shut up, get to it, right? So today, I'm going to rank my personal opinion of my favorite Aerosmith and then Night Ranger albums. My personal favorite, you know, worst to best. And they're all good. So let's start with, we're going to start with Aerosmith. And let's just get to it, right? Let's just get to it because I'm going to talk a lot. I know that. So before I talk about Aerosmith, again, Aerosmith is a very divisive band. A lot of fans are very, very hardcore. So I'll approach this from my slant. From just the age I am, Aerosmith hit for me during their second wave. So it was like Ragdoll and like Angel and stuff like that. That's when I became aware of Aerosmith because I was 13. So like I heard like Walk This Way and stuff on the radio growing up in the Midwest, but I didn't really associate it until I started buying records when I was a teenager. And that's right when Aerosmith became the second version of Aerosmith with Outside Riders and more glossier production. And if you've been watching any of these, you know I like the glossy production. I like the polished, fluffy sounds. That's what I dig. So I'm going to go ahead and rank my favorite Aerosmith records. And I understand that there's nobody on the entire planet that's going to agree with me on this ranking anywhere. Like not a single person who ever watched this will agree with everything here. There's no way. There's no way to win this one either. There's no way to make everybody happy. So I'm just gonna go for it. And like, and I understand people might get upset because if there was somebody who loved Bon Jovi and their favorite version of Bon Jovi was the second half of Bon Jovi's career, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Don't even talk to me. So please don't be offended. I mean no disrespect. This is just how I feel. And I love Aerosmith. They've been with me since I was a teenager, and they keep putting out records, and it's been part of the soundtrack of my life. Aerosmith feels like home because I grew up there, and then I came down here to Disney World where they have an Aerosmith roller coaster. So there's that, and then they put a new record out when I first moved down here, so it was part of that, and then I moved back home. I love Aerosmith, and we could talk forever about Steven Tyler's voice, just incredible. Love them so much that I never got to see him live. So last year, when they were going on tour, I flew to Vegas just to see Aerosmith because they were not coming anywhere near. And I'm like, I gotta see Aerosmith once before I die. So, all right, you don't care about any of this. You want to see the rankings. So before we get to the rankings, here's the one record that is not really a record of theirs. It doesn't count. It's another covers record, Honkin' on Bobo. They just covered a lot of blues stuff. I don't know why. They did like an original or two. I don't get anything out of covers records. I don't know why bands do them. So there you go. There's that. All right. Here we go. Aerosmith has 14 records. I have listened to them all in my life, and I've digested them fully. And this is where I've ended up. Nobody be mad, because I know that my number 14 is some people's number 1. So there's no way to win this. Here we go. Number 14 for me. Get Your Wings by Aerosmith. There's good stuff on here. Same old song and dance. Train kept it rolling, but as a whole, not my favorite. And I'm going to rifle through these because I got because what am I going to say? 14, Get Your Wings. 13, Rockin' a Hard Place. Lightning Strikes is cool. Joni's Butterfly is pretty cool, but you know, other than that, didn't get much out of this. Number 13. Rockin' a Hard Place. Number 12. Sorry. Self-Titled. Their original self-titled album. Now this, you know, Dream On's on here. So that alone, I understand, should probably put it up higher on the list. But Dream On's cool. Mama Kim's cool. Moving Out's all right. And other than that, I didn't get much out of this. So number 12 is their self-titled one. Number 11. I didn't really care for Done with Mirrors. I like some of it. I like Shame on You. I like She's on Fire. Darkness is a cool song. It is. But I just think Aerosmith had better stuff, you know, in their catalog than this. So number 11 is Done with Mirrors. What's great about this is oh no, you can't. Oh, I was gonna say it was right side up for you guys, but it's not. All right, never mind. 11, Done with Mirrors. Now, from here on out, I love all these records. They're all good. Again, it's a great band, so even though records that are far down the list are still good records. Number 10 for me, Draw the Line. I like this record. There's great stuff on here. Draw the Line's cool. Critical Mass, Kings and Queens. I love Kings and Queens. Bright Light Fight. This is a good record. I like this. Cover's pretty cool too. But there you go. Number 10 for me is Draw the Line by Aerosmith. Number 9, A Night in the Ruts. I know it's a kind of disjointed Aerosmith record, but I really liked it. No Surprise is cool. Remember is cool. I like Cheesecake. I like Reefer Headed Woman. Mia is a good record. I don't know what else to say about it. I have a lot, you know, I'm really well versed in a lot of music, but Aerosmith, the older stuff, I kind of listen to it and don't know a lot of the backstory. So for me, 9, A Night in the Ruts. Number 8. Here's where you're going to hate me, some of you. Number 8. Rocks is number 8 for me. I get it. It's a classic rock staple. There's stuff on here that changed, like, music or whatever, but, and I like it. Again, I like it. Back in the Saddle's cool. Last Child's cool. Nobody's Fault. Home Tonight. I like it. There's just other stuff that connected with me more. So for me, 8 is Rocks. Sorry. Number 7. Music from Another Dimension. This is the record that came out about 4 years ago. And now we're into the polished sound that I kind of like. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Love 3 Times. Beautiful's great. Outgrow the Lights. To be honest with you, there's 15 songs on here. And when I listen to records, I just start weeding out the songs I don't like. And I just pulled out all of Joe Perry's songs. I mean no disrespect to Joe Perry's, but his songs, the ones he sang, for me, don't resonate. I'm not a guitar player. I want to hear something else. So once I pulled out all the Joe Perry songs, the record played through really well. What's that one song that's cool? Oh, it's Outgrow the Lights. And What Could Have Been Love. I love What Could Have Been Love. I love I Can't Stop Loving You. I know, cheesy ballads, right? I'm not supposed to love them, but I do. Don't care. Another Last Goodbye. This is good. I like this one. This is pretty good. Oh, am I getting jerky? There you go. Number 7, Music from Another Dimension. Pretty good. Number 6. This is a lot of people's favorite Aerosmith records, but not mine. Still love it, though. Number 6, Pump. There's some great stuff on Pump, but there's also, for me, Pump goes like this. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, There's some songs on here that do not do anything for me. I, to this day, have no idea why Janie's Got a Gun is a hit or a song or anybody likes it. Janie's got a gun, boom. Janie's got a gun, boom. They're gonna run, boom. Bores the living crap out of me, always has. When I was a kid, I'm like, this is really boring. And I love Aerosmith. But one of my favorite Aerosmith songs of all time is on here, What It Takes. How great is What It Takes? Love What It Takes. Love in an Elevator is a great song. The Other Side is a great song. But again, it just kind of goes, it's not as solid as I'd like it to be. But I still love it. I mean, it's still number 6. It's a great record. Again, produced by Bruce Fairbairn, who just is genius. So there you go. Number 5, and I know, again, a lot of Aerosmith fans are going to hate me for this because they don't like this record, but number 5 for me, Just Push Play. I think there's great stuff on here. I love almost every song. Just Push Play, Jaded, Beyond Beautiful, Fly Away From Here, Sunshine is cool. Love Lies, Out of Your Head, The Light Inside. This is a good record. If you liked the 80s, 90s Aerosmith stuff and you didn't get this, I really like it, even though it's pink. I don't know. But yeah, this is good to me. Number 5. Number 4. Another one that people would want to put on their top of the list, but I can't, sorry, but I love it. Number 4, Toys in the Attic. I love Toys in the Attic. This is my favorite record of theirs from that time. It's completely solid. I don't think there's one song on here that I don't... Adam's Apple. I don't care for Adam's Apple. But I like all the rest. Everything else on here, it's very, very, very good. I mean, what am I going to say about Toys in the Attic? You don't already know. The only thing that keeps it for me in the top spot for me is just I love the more polished harmony-filled production. And as much as I love this record, it's just a different style kind of than the other stuff that resonated with me more. So number 4 for me is Toys in the Attic. You're all hating me, right? How much did I talk? Oh, God, 10 minutes already. Because I got a lot to say about Night Ranger. Number 3, Get a Grip. Great record. What am I going to say that you don't know about Get a Grip? Crazy, Crying, Fever's a great song. Eat the Rich is cool. Living on the Edge, Flesh. This is all great. All great. So if, for whatever reason, if you got Pump and didn't get this, to me, this is what I view this record like a lot of people view Pump, where almost this whole record is great. There's almost every song on here is good, except for me, the Joe Perry songs. Walk On Down is just, I don't know. But there you go. Number 3 for me is Get a Grip. Great record, love it. And again, I was 16 when this came out, so like the Crazy Crying and the Alicia Silverstone videos and all that were just, oh my God, like I loved all of this. This was my high school was this. All right. Anybody who's a real big fan of Aerosmith even do the math and realize what 2 records are left? Number 2 for me is Permanent Vacation. The comeback of Aerosmith when they got Outside Riders, they got Desmond Child on board. Again, the first one that was produced by Bruce Fairbairn. This is a great, great album. This is pretty much the epitome of what they did in the 80s when they had their resurgence. Everything is great. Hearts on Time, Magic Touch, Ragdoll, Dude Looks Like a Lady, St. John, Hangman Jury, Girl Keeps Growing Apart, Angel. This whole record is awesome. Oh, I didn't mention this, by the way. I should have been mentioning this. All these top ones are on Amazon for nothing. Permanent Vacation is $5 on Amazon. Get a Grip, $5 on Amazon. Pump, $5 on Amazon. These all show up at your house for $5. Just Push Play, $5. Toys in the Attic is $4 on Amazon Prime. It's a crime. Just get them all. It's ridiculous. If you don't have them, just get them. Number 2 is Permanent Vacation for me. Which leaves me with my number 1, and I'm the only one maybe in the entire world whose favorite Aerosmith record is this one. Does anybody even know which one is left? Anybody? Probably not. Of the 23 of you that are watching. This is my favorite Aerosmith record. I don't know why, just because of when it hit me in my life, because I listened to it over and over again. I can't explain it, but this is my favorite one. I love it. Number 1 Aerosmith record for me, 9 Lives. 9 Lives is awesome. If you don't have 9 Lives, it's understandable because it was 1997. Aerosmith was nowhere near as big as they used to be. The musical landscape had changed, and a lot of people had written Aerosmith off at this point. But I love this record. To me, this is just me. It's a melding of the two. I have a review of this on my YouTube channel. It's the melding of the 2 versions of Aerosmith because it's still polished, but it's also got some of the more rootsy, kind of aggressive songs on it. I love every song on here except for Taste of India. Anyone ever heard The Farm? The Farm is a ridiculous song, but it's awesome and so well produced, and it's insane. 9 Lives, Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees, Hole in My Soul, Full Circle is a great song. Something's Gotta Give, Ain't That a Bitch, Crash, Kiss Your Past Goodbye, Pink is on here, Attitude Adjustment, Fallen Angels. 13 songs are all awesome. No one's going to be with me on this, but this is my favorite Aerosmith record because it's solid. There's not one, everything about this is great. And these guys are in their like mid-40s and they rock harder than they had on any of the few records before that. It just gets more guitar-oriented and more aggressive, and it's produced wonderfully, and I love this record. This is on Amazon Prime for $5.50. This is my favorite one. I listen to this over and over and over again to this day. This is my favorite Aerosmith record. I may be the only person on the planet whose favorite Aerosmith record is 9 Lives, but I love this album. So there you go. There's my Aerosmith countdown. I know it's weird. I know that I may have offended some of you. I didn't mean to, but these are just the things that resonated with me. But overall, Aerosmith is, in my opinion, the greatest American rock band. And I don't count Van Halen because Eddie and Alex are not from here. If they were, so I just, in my mind, it doesn't make sense. The best, the greatest American rock band ever, Aerosmith. All my top 7 are on Amazon for $5. Get them. All right. I'm going to talk about 15 minutes. Jesus. All right. Now I'm going to gush and be a little boy about one of my favorite bands of all time, and this is going to bore the crap out of all of you probably, so you don't have to watch, but I'm going to talk about Night Ranger. And I'm just going to talk probably a little bit too much before I get to the ranking of the Night Ranger records. Night Ranger is one of my favorite bands of all time. ever. I love Night Ranger. To me, I don't know, whatever it is, where I was born and my parents and what was on the radio where I was and just whatever it is, Night Ranger is one of my favorites ever. So I grew up and listening to the radio when I was a kid, and they used to have this song used to come on, Rumors in the Air. Anybody know Rumors in the Air? So when I was a kid, I would call and request that. The first time I ever called a radio station and requested a song was Rumors in the Air. And Don't Tell Me You Love Me. My dad was in a band that played Don't Tell Me You Love Me. So Night Ranger were always part of my life, my culture from the time I was like 7 or 8. And this was before you could buy records. So I just had a few songs. Sing Me Away. I love Sing Me Away. And I say a lot. I'm sorry. I'll try not to. So, just say, so when I started getting records, I wanted to get the Night Ranger records. And I remember my dad, so I knew they were out there, but it wasn't like hardcore. I just kind of liked it. And then my dad, I couldn't find it. I got a box somewhere with cassette tapes. My dad was waiting at a checkout at a Walgreens. And you know how they had little bins there. And they had a bin there of old cassette tapes. And he got me Big Life and Man in Motion for $1 a piece. And he got me Triumph's Surveillance also. But he brought those home. So I started listening to those. And I was like, oh my God, I loved those two records. I love Big Life and Man in Motion. And I just kind of fell in love with Night Ranger. So then I went back and got their first two, Dawn Patrol and Midnight Madness. And at this time it was 1990, so they were broken up. There was no Night Ranger anymore. And actually 7 Wishes was hard to get. So I listened to their first 5 records over and over and over again. And then I got them on CD. And I was just sad. I was sad because I love this band so much. They were a band I wanted to be in. The harmonies, the 2 vocalists, the use of keyboards, the 2 guitar players who were both phenomenal, the songwriting, everything about it was the epitome of the kind of music that I adore. And they were broken up. I was like, they had 5 records. There's only ever going to be 53 Night Ranger songs ever, and I'll never see them. And I was like, for years, I was heartbroken. But I loved everything they did. Loved everything they did. Couldn't get enough. I worked at a Blockbuster Video, and there was a video cassette of Night Ranger in concert, and I begged the store manager to release it so I could buy it previously viewed because nobody had rented it in 8 months, and he did it for me, and this is it. I have it. And I watched this over and over again. It's how much I just adored Night Ranger. I used to draw their logo all the time with whatever. And then in the late 90s, they got back together, and I lost my mind. A new Night Ranger album. I was so excited. And I knew about that. Oh, I didn't tell the story right. I knew about that because I went to see Night Ranger because they were opening up for Ted Nugent, who I don't really care for. So I went to the Ted Nugent show, watched Night Ranger play 6 songs. One of them was Fall All Over Again, and they said, we got a new record coming out. I went, what? And I went to see the 6 songs they played, and then I left. I didn't watch Ted. I went to see Night Ranger play 6 songs. Love Night Ranger. And then I got and then the new records came out, and I was happy just to have any kind of new music. It wasn't, anyway, we'll get to all that. I'm sorry. I'm just geeking out really hardcore because this is one of my favorite bands ever. One of my family's favorite bands. Before I moved down here to Florida, me and the whole family went to this Rib Fest in Missouri where Night Ranger was playing. It was like a full-on Night Ranger show where they played for an hour and a half, and I just stood there like, oh my God, it's Jack Blades. And I adored Jack Blades as a songwriter. I had an architectural design class in high school, and I had to design a home, and I had to put a lake on my landscape, and I put Blades Lake because I just loved everything the guy would do. Love Night Rangers so much. So, and then I saw him at Epcot before I moved back home, and my dad, who's awesome, who I owe everything to always, my parents are the greatest, went and knocked on the door and asked if we could meet Night Ranger and got me backstage to meet Night Ranger, and I lost my mind, so that was great. I met Jack Blades and Kelly K.E. and just lost my friggin' mind. You don't care about any of this. It's just me geeking out to show how much I love this band. So if all you know about Night Ranger is Sister Christian and that's all you know, it's not fair. It's just it's not really what the band's about at all. It's great, but it's not what they do. It's always bothered me. I should have mentioned this earlier in the video. I have Spotify playlists that I made of Aerosmith and Night Ranger that I will put after this video. Links to some of my favorite songs by them that aren't on the radio, that aren't hits. Radio. All right, you don't care about this. Here we go. Night Ranger. I'm gonna rank their records, and I'm gonna geek the hell out. And I'm really sorry. Before I rank their records, I'm gonna show the other stuff that they did. Here's the greatest hits. You gotta have the greatest hits record. Listen to this a zillion times. Of course I did. Then they had Live in Japan. I don't care for live albums. Don't like live albums, but it's Night Ranger, so I bought it. Love it. And then, forgive me for this. I went back and forth on this. I chose to not include this in the ranking, but they made a great record in '95 called Feeding Off the Mojo, but there's no Jack Blades on here. I just have a hard time with Jack Blades not being part of a Night Ranger record, so I can't work it into my ranking. I can't figure out how it fits. Just like the Motley Crue record with Karabi, it doesn't really seem to be a part. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. So, but this is awesome. This is a great album. I just don't think it should have been called Night Ranger, but it's good. But there you go. And then the rarities and whatever, they gave this out. They gave this out at a. They didn't give it out. They're selling it at concerts. So I bought that. So there's those. And now we get to. I showed you the video, right? Nah. All right, now we're gonna do the rankings. This is an album. This is a band where, as opposed to Aerosmith, I go the other way. This is one of those bands where, as you'll see, I love the classic stuff. I'm still grateful they're still making records. They put a new one out like 2 years ago that was very solid. But okay, well here we go. They have 10 albums. Night Ranger has 10 albums. Number 10 for me. Somewhere in California. Still good. Good stuff on here. But it's spotty, a little bloated. A lot of the songs are 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But it's still good, but not my favorite. But I'm still glad they're still making records. Don't really know what to say about it. The song "Growing Up in California" is great. "Lay It On Me" is cool. "Say It With Love" is nice. There you go. Number 10. Number 9. High Road. This is a good record. Again, these are all good. They're all good. It's just it's hard to compete with some of these. High Road's great. Rock Never Stops. Rolling On is great. My favorite song on here is the Mountain Song, which is a bonus track. But the Mountain Song is killer. Just to hear Jack Blades singing like that, it's just awesome. And the cover's pretty interesting. If you don't have this, it implements little things of all their previous albums in here. Like the little guy from Man in Motion is here. It's awesome. Great cover. So number 9 is High Road. I can't think. Number 8. Which I didn't think I liked that much, but then I went back and looked at it and was like, yeah, I do like a lot of these songs. Number 8, Hole in the Sun. Kind of a more bleak, stripped back album, the last one with Jeff Watson. But Tell Your Vision's cool. You're Gonna Hear From Me, Whatever Happened. There Is Life, Hole in the Sun. Fooling Me is great. Revelation 4 a.m., Wrap It Up. This is really actually really good. I went back and listened to it again. I was like, this is better than I remembered. So number 8, Night Ranger. Hole in the Sun. Number 8. Number 7, and I love this record. Number 7 is Neverland. Great record. I listened to this to death because this is the one they made. I'm getting spotty again. All right. This is the one they put out after they were apart for years, so it was like new Night Ranger music for the first time in 10 years. Oh, I'm really going to be bummed out if this is going to be jerky like this the whole time. Oh, well, whatever. So Forever All Over Again is a great song. Neverland is great. Someday I Will. New York Time is a cool song. Anything for You, I Don't Call This Love. It's cool, man. I mean, it's more raw and stripped back. It's not the keyboard heavy, lush production of the first 5 records, but it's good. It's still Night Ranger making new music, so I was delirious. Number 6. Oh, by the way, that is no. Sorry. Number 6 is number 7. 7 by Night Ranger, which they put on here is it's kind of a middle finger to the Feeding Off the Mojo record because it doesn't even count it. It's their 7th record. They named it 7, which I hate. Why do bands do this? Why do bands name their records the number it is? It's so lazy. And I already have whatever. All right, but great stuff on here. Sign of the Times. I love Sign of the Times. Sign of the Times is just a great song. Panic and Jane, Don't Ask Me Why. Kong is awesome. Soul Survivor, Peace Sign, When I Call on You, Revelation is a great way to end it. Good record. Very, very good. This is on Amazon for $4 used. This is a good one. I like this one. Of the two comeback records, I like this one more, but just barely. But there you go, number 6. But they're all good. Can't say enough about Night Ranger. All right. So now we're back. We're down to the top 5, and anyone who knows Night Ranger knows it's their first 5. The first 5 records they did, because it's just untouchable, untouchable. Number 5. I'm so happy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go listen to this stuff when I'm done. Number 5 for me was 7 Wishes, and again, just like everything else, just because number 5 doesn't mean it's not awesome. I love this album. They're all great. The only reason this is number 5 is there's a couple songs on here I didn't really like. Faces. I didn't really like Night Machine. All the rest of the songs I love. 4 in the Morning is textbook radio pop song songwriting. It's a beautiful, structured song. I love Sentimental Street. I love Goodbye. I saw them a year ago, and Jack Blades told the story of Goodbye, which I never heard before. But I love seeing when they tell stories about the songs, especially people I love so much, and I just go, oh. This record I couldn't find when I was in high school. So my high school girlfriend at the time found it on tape, through eBay. Believe it or not, it used to be hard to find music. And it was like the best Christmas present that year for sure, and I just listened to it over and over and over again. I love Interstate Love Affair. Interstate Love Affair taught me that you can write a good song with 2 chords. I should hate it because it's got 2 chords, but I don't. I love it. Number 5, 7 Wishes on Amazon for $12. All right, number 4, Big Life. Love Big Life. As I said before, I had this on tape, listened to it over and over again. The Color of Your Smile, which starts with the line, I can't believe that we survived till Friday. I used to play I had it on tape, and every Friday I would play that song when I got home from school, and I had the alarm set on my big stereo system, and the alarm would go off on its own, and the song would start playing every Friday, and I just lay in my bed, and I can't believe that I survived till Friday. Love it! Every song on here is great. Big Life is great. I know it's more keyboard heavy. It's probably the most soft of all their records, most popish because of all the keyboards and the songs about love, but great stuff. Hearts Away, I love. I did I just remember this. I did a drawing in high school because I got done with my project early, so for extra credit, I drew a guy. The song's called Hearts Away, and that's I cast my heart to some forgotten memory. So I drew a picture of a guy who's he's fishing, and it's his heart is the ocean. Stupid. I was 15, but I forgot about that. This is how big of an influence Jack Blades and Night Ranger had on me. Love this record. Number 4. This is on Amazon for $13 new, $3 used. Great. I'm such a geek about Night Ranger that where is it? Where did I put him? Oh yeah, that I even noticed when I was looking at the greatest hits that they just stole a picture from the photo sessions for Big Life for their greatest hits, because you see they're wearing the same stuff. Yeah, I'm a nerd. That's how much I love this band. So there you go. Number 4, Big Life. Number 3, Man in Motion. Again, love it. Love it. Everything about this, every song is great. Well, no, there's one I don't like. Right On You. I don't like Right On You. Here She Comes Again, co-written by Michael Bolton. That's right. I love Don't Start Thinking I'm Alone Tonight, which is a beautiful song. Reason to Be, Man in Motion, Restless Kind, big piano ballad with Kelly Keegan's amazing voice. Halfway to the Sun, which I basically just ripped off when I wrote Have It All. I don't know if I even realized it at the time, but if anybody knows my music and knows the song Have It All, listen to Halfway to the Sun, and you'll be like, oh, Jason was just trying to be Jack Blades, which I probably was trying to do. I was 17 when I wrote Have It All. I don't... yeah. But yeah, I love that. Kiss Me Where It Hurts. I Did It for Love. The only song on any Night Ranger record that's not written by at least one person in the band. I Did It for Love, written by Russ Ballard, who wrote You Don't Care. But that's a beautiful song. I love the way Kelly Keegan sings. I really wish I could get Kelly Keegan to do one of my songs. I would pay him. I just want to hire him to sing anything of mine. I wonder if I could raise the money to do that, because I love that man's voice. But there you go. Number 3. This is such a great record. On Amazon, it's $17 new, $3 used. There you go. All right, there's 2 Night Ranger records left. It's their first 2. because to me, this is one of those bands that was just so good at the beginning, and they're still good, but here you go. And this was tough. This was tough. It was neck and neck for the top 2 positions. Number 2, Dawn Patrol. One of the best debut albums by any band. Don't Tell Me You Love Me, Sing Me Away. I love the trading vocalists. Call My Name, I used to listen to over and over again. Eddie's Coming Out Tonight. Can't Find Me a Thrill. Young Girl in Love is a great song. Penny is cool. I don't really like Play Rough. And At Night She Sleeps. I don't really like those, but such a great record. Does Night Ranger have any remastered stuff? Because is there any Night Ranger remasters? Because I want them if there are. Because I just got the old, the cheap copies. Are there any remasters of Night Ranger stuff? By the way, Night Ranger, the band was originally called Ranger. And they were all the way to almost being done to putting out their first record. And they found out there was another band, a country band called Ranger. So they couldn't use the name Ranger. So he already had a song, Night Ranger, and they just go, well, we'll call the band Night Ranger, which is a much cooler name. But he actually wrote the song before that's the name of the band. Jack Blades, by the way, the earlier you go, you can see that Jack Blades did almost all the writing. And then as the band progressed, it got more shared. But in the first couple records, he wrote almost everything. He wrote everything on this record, except for 3 songs he co-wrote with Kelly Keegan. Other than that, it's Jack Blades show. It's a Jack Blades show. Oh my God, I love Jack Blades. There's a remastered 7. I want remastered any Night Ranger remastered. If you're watching, send me a link. I'll buy it. I want it. Love this band. Oh, this is on Amazon. $5. Amazon Prime. $5. Get it. Here we go. My favorite Night Ranger album of all time, and they're all great. Love this record. Midnight Madness, man. Midnight Madness. 9 songs, all perfect. You Can Still Rock in America, Rumors in the Air, Why Does Love Have to Change, Touch of Madness, Passion Play, I love. When You Close Your Eyes, Chipping Away, and Let 'Em Run is beautiful. This whole song, the whole record, 9 songs, perfect. It's paced wonderfully, it's produced wonderfully. This is such a great record. This is also on Amazon for $7.50, and then used for $1. And then Sister Christian is on here. I heard a rumor that this guy is Gene Simmons. Is that right? Anybody know? Again, Jack Blades wrote almost all of these songs. Here's the thing that I always thought was interesting about Night Ranger, and I always wondered if it bothered Jack Blades, is that Sister Christian was written by the drummer and sang by the drummer. It is the only song on their first 5 albums that Jack Blades didn't have anything to do with the writing. The only one. Jack Blades wrote almost everything Night Ranger did. And the one song they're remembered for, more than any other, was the one he didn't write. You think that bothered him a little bit? Because I'll be honest, that would bother me. Because I write, and Jack Blades writes and writes. And if, like, I was in a band and someone came up with, like, one song, and, like, that was the one that everybody recognized, still great for the band, I would still be a little like, hey, man, I wrote all this stuff. My voice is gone. I shouldn't be talking. Oh, gosh. So there you go. Midnight Madness, great album. Night Ranger, one of my favorite bands ever. I got this shirt on the 97 tour, like the real thing. I got this shirt on the 90, I don't even know what tour this was, 98. I think I went and saw them again. I got tapes of theirs. And then Night Ranger is one of those bands, and there's several other bands, where the members of Night Ranger, when they were apart, went and branched off and did other things. So, to fill out a little bit of time here, and just because I want to, and you don't have to watch, I want to show you other things that the guys Night Ranger were a part of, and how some of them are great, some of them are not. But these exist, and I'm sure there's more that I don't know about. Somebody tell me. So first of all, Jack Blades has 2 solo records, and they're not really that good. They're all right, but there's Jack Blades' first solo record. There's some good songs on here, but they're hit and miss for me. Top of the World's great, and Alone Tonight, which he co-wrote with Neil Sean of Journey. But Jack Blades' solo record, and then he's got another one. Solo record, some good stuff on here, but Jack Blades has 2 solo albums. Did anybody know that Jack Blades' kid has a record? Colin Blades put out a record like 10 years ago, 13 years ago. It's the only one he ever did. It's actually very good. It's very acoustic, singer-songwriter, but it's really good. I don't know if you can get this anymore, but it's solid. He sounds like his dad when he sings. And there's some really beautiful songs on here. I don't know why he's only got 1 record, because he wrote all this stuff. And it's good. Why did he only make 1 record? Because he's got it. He co-wrote some stuff on the later Night Ranger stuff, but this is good. I don't know if you can find it, but Million Miles Away, Say Goodbye Again, Best Friend. Just see if you can find Best Friend by Colin Blades. Beautiful song. White House. There's good stuff on here. Move on. Kelly Keagay's got 2 solo records. Time Passes, one of my favorite songs of all time. The Journey is on here, and The Moon is on here. Great, great album. And then he's got a follow-up, which he co-wrote with Jim Pederick of Survivor. A lot of good stuff on here also. It's like, I'm alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive. Awesome. I love his voice. Love his voice. So good. So Kelly Keegan's got 2 solo records. Brad Gillis, I think, has more than this, but I only got the one, the Gill Rock Ranch. Does he have more than this? He probably does. But there's the Gill Rock Ranch by Brad Gillis. Phenomenal guitar player. Jeff Watson was in Mother's Army. I don't think I've listened to this in forever, so I don't even know if this is any good. But that's Mother's Army. Who was Jeff Watson? Was it Brad? Who was in this? It was like a super group, right? Anybody know what this is? Am I way off target now? Like nobody knows what I'm talking about anymore? Probably. Who's in this band? Come on. Why doesn't it say anywhere? Alright, well, now everybody's bored. Oh, Joe Lynn Turner was in this band. Yeah, Joe Lynn Turner, right? Screw it. How do they not have the band on here? Alright, whatever. Mother's Army. I can't tell you whether to check it out or not because I can't remember if it's any good. And then the keyboard player, Alan Fitzgerald, was in a band called Alliance with David Lauser and Gary Phil. Don't know if this is any good either. I haven't listened to it forever, but there you go. Jack Blades was in a phenomenal one-off project called the Tak Matsumoto Group, which is Jack Blades, Eric Martin from Mr. Big, the singer from Mr. Big, Jack Blades, and this guitar phenom from Japan, and they made one record, and Jack Blades wrote all the lyrics, and it's really, really good. I don't know how much this is anymore. Oh, and the drummer's Brian Tichy. So it's a really good rock record, and Eric Martin sings his balls off, and I don't know where to even get this anymore, but this is great. This is a great rock album, very guitar heavy, and Eric Martin, Tak Matsumoto Group. And then Jack Blades was also in this band, the Revelation Saints, which finally saw Dean Castronovo, that's how I say his name, from Journey and Bad English, singing lead on something because he's got an amazing voice. But I didn't like this record at all. I didn't get a thing out of this record. I was so disappointed in this. Jack Blades, he didn't write anything. Why have Jack Blades in a band and all he does is play bass? But here it is. It's a thing. Some people loved it. I didn't care for it, but it's a thing that exists. There you go. And then we talked about them already, so I won't, but I'm just showing you Damn Yankees. Jack Blades was in Damn Yankees. Didn't know he was in Damn Yankees when I bought these records, but Damn Yankees. Jack Blades is a very busy dude. And then that gives us the Tommy Shaw Jack Blades connection, which gave us Hallucination by Shaw Blades, which is also great, stripped back but good stuff. They had a second record, I forgot what it was called, of a bunch of covers, and since it was covers, I didn't get it, not interested. But that Jack Blades Tommy Shaw connection led us to where Jack Blades started writing stuff for Styx. So Jack Blades co-wrote some songs on the Cyclorama album by Styx. He co-wrote some songs on A Brave New World by Styx. He co-wrote some songs on Seven Deadly Zens by Tommy Shaw. And then rounding out our Tommy Shaw Jack Blades connection, Jack Blades and Tommy Shaw also sang backup on the song Worlds Apart by Jude Cole. I mentioned Jude Cole before. Great record. Get it. And now I'm just going to reach for some things. Jack Blades co-wrote one song on this band called Dakota Moon, which is actually a good record. I don't know how the hell that happened, why Jack Blades has anything to do with it, but he did. When I met him, I mentioned this, and he's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that song. Try to show him I was a real fan, not just someone who loves Sister Christian. But Dakota Moon co-wrote that. And then he co-wrote a bunch of songs on this Mickey Thomas record, Over the Edge. Mickey Thomas, Jack Blades and Neil Sean wrote a bunch of stuff on here. Yeah, I didn't really like this record for whatever reason, but there it is. Jack Blades also co-wrote a song called Never Too Late on Journey's Generations, and he co-wrote a couple of songs on Arrival by Journey, and he co-wrote songs on Neil Sean's So You, and probably other things I'm not aware of. To my knowledge, that's all I got right now, but I'm sure he's got his hand in other things. He also co-wrote a couple songs on the Armageddon soundtrack. And then, just to reach, This is not the thing, but Kelly Keegan was in the King of Hearts band, but not this record. Right? That one I don't know about. And then I'm so disappointed because I found Steve Smith. Oh, wait, I'm way off. No, that doesn't. Oh, this is why it's out here. Night Ranger. That's why I have this. Night Ranger, Brad Gillis played, oh no, excuse me, Jeff Watson played lead guitar, co-lead guitar on The King's Cup by Tony McAlpine. And that's it. All right. How much did I talk? 40 minutes. There you go. All right. I have a Spotify playlist for both Night Ranger and Aerosmith, and I'm going to put the links to it at the bottom of this once this gets posted for some of my favorite Night Ranger and Aerosmith songs that you've never heard because they were never on the radio or the greatest hits. And that's it. I'm sorry if I offended any of you with my top pick for Aerosmith. I know it's ridiculous to most of you, but I can't help it. I love it. And Night Ranger, I'll buy anything they do. I'll see you whenever they come. I can't explain to you what they were. I mean, to me, they were almost like, I mean, it's gonna sound stupid, but there's a few bands that were to me like the Beatles were for other people of my time. I just dug into everything they did, and the songs, I was a kid, and they gave me a little window into what it was to be alive and on your own and in love and experiences, and it's just things I couldn't know, and I love everything about Night Ranger. Jack Blade's writing really, really speaks to me. And they had phenomenal musicians, great singers and songwriters and guitar players, and love Night Ranger to death. Have I made that clear? What did I miss? What other Night Ranger stuff, offshoot bands were there? What did I miss? There's got to be something. I know there's more, but that's all I got. All right. I think that's all. Thank you very, very much for watching. I know this was ridiculous. Coming up tomorrow, I'm going to do Van Halen and Extreme and that whole thing, which is going to be, I don't know how I'm going to talk for an hour. But that's coming up tomorrow. And then I got a couple left. I only got 4 more of these videos to make. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. By the way, real quickly, here's my site. There you go. JaceMusic.com. My last record that I just put out. Promise. There you go. It did get a couple of comparisons to Night Ranger. I don't think it's that good. But what I was shooting for was that kind of style. That's all. Thanks for watching, everybody. I got to shut the hell up now. Bye.